Hey everyone, so I just wanted to give a update on Patches. So for those of you who missed the community post, a couple nights ago, about 10 or 10:30 at night, Patches had a little episode. I thought he might have been having a seizure, and so yeah, he was grasping for air, like he was almost choking on something. He had something stuck in his throat. The sound was really wicked, and he was struggling, and yeah, it's like he couldn't catch any air, he couldn't breathe. But yeah, it scared the crap out of me, and being late at night, of course, there's no vets around, and there are emergency numbers, and we called several emergency numbers, but nobody could help us. There was either no help in the area, or the one that was there is no longer there, or the one that was open, the emergency vet was in emergency surgery already, so he couldn't take no more. But thank God it stopped. Yeah, it was like he was trying to cough or hack something up, but all that came out was a little bit of spit, and he kept running around the house trying to, I don't know. It was scary. I was scared. The way he was trying to breathe, I really thought he was gonna die that night. It was so scary, and I called Glenn on the radio because Glenn's in the trailer. And I put the radio up to Patches so Glenn could hear the sounds he was making, and yeah, we were trying to find an emergency number, and we called our vet. We knew they were closed, but the recording said there was a virtual vet that you could hook onto on the phone, on the camera, and they could walk you through it or whatever. But I went on their website and there was nothing there. So luckily it probably lasted about a half hour. Thank God he's okay. So it just he let out a couple big coughs and hacks, and nothing but spit came out. And then it just slowed down. So yeah, it was so scary. And yeah, Glenn told me to take video. I took video of what was going on so I could show the vet the next day. So I took a little bit of video, but I'm not going to show that because it's disturbing and wicked, and yeah, he's not going to be the focus of that kind of video. But so it slowed down, and finally it just stopped, and he fell asleep. And I was up pretty much all night. Glenn said he was up in the trailer with worry all night, and so Patches finally fell asleep. I have a little table in front of the picture window because I know the kitties like to jump up there and look outside. So he tucked himself in the curtain, partially on the windowsill and partially on that table, and he just kind of curled up and fell asleep. But I didn't want to just go to sleep because I wanted to keep an eye on him. So I stayed up pretty much all night, just watching his breathing and just trying to make him comfortable. So yeah, he fell asleep for a while, and then it was about 3 or 3:30 in the morning. I got up to go pee. I wasn't sleeping at that point. Still, I was awake, just monitoring his breathing. And Glenn had finally found a phone number and address to an emergency vet, but it was like well over an hour away. So we just kept that on hand in case we do have to rush him somewhere. So I went pee and I came back out and Patches was sitting on the TV tray. That's what I have. That's a little table I have in front of the window. And he was looking into the living room. He was very well alert. You know, he was very alert, like nothing ever happened. And he looked at me, walk out of the bathroom and walk into the living room, and he jumped off. And then he was like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed after that. It was amazing to see, because we just went through something scary and we thought we were going to lose him. And we just thought, this poor little guy has gone through so much since we got him. And yeah, he's okay. He's okay now. So after he became bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 3 or 3:30 in the morning, and then he was just back to normal, just like that, you know, trying to explore the house, you know, messing around, and him and Gypsy even messed around at that point. He jumped on my lap, and I reclined back a little bit, and he just kind of snuggled up to me, and yeah, he was just normal Patches after that. So maybe it was something lodged in his throat that he couldn't get out. I don't know. But my initial thoughts was he was having a seizure, but deep down I really didn't think he was having a seizure, because he wasn't shaking or anything. He was just grasping for air. So yeah. And it never happened again, so maybe he did have something caught in his throat. I don't know. We'll never know. But as long as he's okay, that's all that matters. So yeah, today it happened like 2 nights ago, and he was okay the rest of the day yesterday, and he's okay last night. He slept like a baby. And so I called the vet the next morning. The next morning was Thursday, so I didn't even go to the pantries yesterday. It's Friday morning right now that I'm making this video, and Gypsy and I obviously are sitting outside. Sorry, the phone is a little shaky. I'm holding it. And so I never went to the pantries yesterday. I called the vet in the morning, explained what happened, and they pretty much just said if it happens again, bring him in, just monitor him. So they didn't want me to bring him in or anything. I told them I took video, and they didn't really want to see the video. Well, I insisted on bringing the video to them so they could see what was going on. So yeah, I guess calling the vet didn't really do anything. But by that time, Patches was good. And yeah, so he is completely fine now. The happy little kitty cat that he is. Gypsy and him been playing like normal. As a matter of fact, late last night, him and Gypsy were playing like crazy. He likes to hide behind things and stalk Gypsy. He does the little butt shake when he stalks Gypsy. So yeah, I've been just keeping an eye on him all day yesterday. And so Glenn and I really didn't sleep at all the night this happened. So we were very tired yesterday. And so after I went to the vet and I came home, and I don't even know, honestly, I don't think I recorded what we ate for breakfast after that. I just made pancakes and bacon. A couple of days you're going to miss some meals in the recording, because there's a couple days that you haven't seen that I didn't record meals or anything because of what was going on with Patches, and I'll explain what's going on in just a minute. So yeah, I definitely didn't care about recording anything for a video. But we ate our pancakes and bacon yesterday, and then after, I don't know if I went to the vet after that or before that, I don't know. Maybe it was after that. So I came home from the vet, and we just kind of settled down, and I just told Glenn I'm going to go take a nap because I was very tired. I was still sick to my stomach watching it, thinking about it. So it was an emotional night. But I thank God he's okay. No matter how long or how short a time you've had a fur baby, it's always heartbreaking to see him struggle. Okay, so I'm gonna get myself together here, and I'll tell you what's been going on. Okay, so hopefully I got myself together here. Alright, so what you haven't seen, and this is why I don't like to be behind on my videos, like behind on uploading my videos. I don't like to wait a week, and that's where I'm at right now. I just uploaded last Friday's video, the 2nd, and it's already a week later, Friday, and I still haven't uploaded the videos in between. Now granted, because we're doing this challenge, some of the videos are going to be together, like the days of what we ate, so I should be caught up real soon, because I like to upload videos either the same night of that day or the next day. That way you're almost like in real time with our lives. And yeah, I don't like this week behind stuff. So what you haven't seen, and there was a day that I don't think I recorded anything, and that was last Tuesday. Let me adjust my hand here. That was last Tuesday. And all you're going to probably see in that day of what we ate is nothing. You're not going to see anything from last Tuesday, so I'll probably just put a caption in there why I didn't record, but I'm going to tell you right now so you'll know ahead of time. Last Monday was Patches' first vet visit, and I did record him being in the vet's office. He was such a good boy. And we went to the vet, and they did just like a visual exam on him. Everything looked good. His heart sounded good. His lungs were good. And we found out, you know, he's definitely a boy, which we knew, and he is definitely fixed. So that in itself, that he's fixed, is a blessing to us, because that could be very expensive. So very much a blessing. It's getting windy here, so please excuse the wind noise. It's supposed to be a real windy day. So we took him to the vet, and we found out he didn't have a chip in him. So we were that was kind of a relief, because then we knew he didn't belong to somebody else. And it doesn't, I guess the chip doesn't tell you he didn't belong to somebody else, but he just doesn't have a chip. So at that point it was like, okay, you're ours. And so we were very happy. He had it was a good vet visit. And then I took a stool sample to him because they wanted to do a stool culture. And so the next morning, which was Tuesday, I got a call from the vet that Patches tested positive for Giardia and tapeworm. So at that point, our hearts sunk, and we haven't actually dealt with either one of those in the past, so we didn't know. We thought the worst right away. We really did. We were emotional. It was an emotional day last Tuesday when we got the news, and we were just scared, and we didn't get to talk to a vet right away. It was the assistant that called, and she said the vet would call with medication information. And so we just thought, okay, let's just get ourselves together, do some research on this. And at that, it wasn't until we started looking it up that we knew that it was very treatable, and it was not life-threatening unless you don't treat it. So of course we were going to treat it. So the vet called later on, explaining, the process, the medication. So I went to the vet to pick up the medication, and so I had to give him 1.5 pills the first day, and 5 days of syringe fluid given in his mouth, obviously. So they filled up all the syringes, so I didn't have to do that, thank God. When it comes to giving medicine to the fur babies, it just makes me nervous, because we had a previous cat years ago that for over a year, I had to give them fluids through a needle, IV bag and a needle injected into them. I had to do that every day. So it always makes me nervous to do that, and it's such a stressful time for me and the fur baby. So, okay, so we knew it was treatable. We relaxed at that point. We're okay, we're going to deal with this. We're going to have to give him this. And Patches is such a trooper. He did fight me a little bit the first day on this medication, but it's been smooth ever since. I gave him the pills the first day and 1 syringe, and then the second day I had more of a method of giving him the syringe, so it's going good with that. So I just put it like in the side of his mouth and just squirt it, because it's 5 milliliters. I think it's like that much of fluid I have to give to him, so I don't want to give it to him all at once and have him spit it out or choke on it. So I just put a little bit at a time, and then I just like rub his chin, and that, I give him some time to like swallow the fluids, and then we go through another time. So I do it about 3 or 4 times before we were able to get all of it down. So, and then he's such a trooper. After I put him through all that, he still trusts me. He comes up to me right away, rubs up against my leg. He likes to follow me all over the house and look up at me like, okay, rub me, mama. So yeah, so today is going to be is that Tuesday? I think he's got a couple syringes left. I think he's got two more days left. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So today's the 4th day. So I have today and tomorrow to give him the syringe. And he's been really good. The litter boxes I've been, cleaning out every day and making sure, when they go number 2, that I take it out right away, take a bunch of that litter out, refill the litter, and just keeping an eye on everything. We research, because Gypsy and Patches play all the time. We researched and asked the vet, how is that going to affect Gypsy? But I guess dogs and cats have different systems. So unless Gypsy actually eats Patches' number 2, she can't catch it. So we're very grateful for that. So they can actually still play. Patches hasn't, like gotten sick. He gets very tired from the medication, I think. because he usually likes to sleep after that, and he sleeps for a long time, which is okay. As long as he's getting better. And after we're done giving him the week's 5 days of syringe, I'll call the vet, and we'll see how soon before we should take another stool sample, and go from there, I guess. So he's not vomiting. Since we brought him in, he hasn't vomited once. He doesn't have diarrhea or anything like that, and he's eating and drinking normal. He's playing, and so everything is going well with that, and hopefully the medication just takes it away. Hopefully we don't have to go through another round of meds, but it's possible. So yeah, that's what's been going on with Patches. And the night he had his episode, it was the first night I gave him the meds. So again, I didn't know if it was him reacting to it, but I didn't think it was, because I gave him the meds like 4 or 5 hours before that. And so whatever it was, it hasn't come back, and it's possible it's possible he had something lodged in his throat. So yeah, that's what's been going on. It's kind of been an emotional week, and just trying to get Patches to the point where he's well, but he acts good. You know, he doesn't act like a sick cat, you know, and he's such a trooper. So yeah, I just wanted to give you that little bit of update on Patches. Today being Friday morning, the 9th, he is doing very well, and yeah, they're all getting along. Even Blackie, who was a little skittish of him at first, you know, everything's back to normal. So him and Gypsy are best buds. And the night that Patches had his episode, Gypsy was even, you know, concerned, because she kept running to him and wanting, like she was trying to figure out what was going on. And then she saw me crying, and she would like snuggle up to me, rub up against me, and look at me like, it's gonna be okay, Mama. You know, Gypsy's such a sweetheart. She knows. She's so gentle. Yeah, talking about you, baby. So, alright, so I wanted to give that little bit of update, and a little bit of update turned into a longer video. So, alright, so I'm going to leave this video just about Patches, and then I'll continue to vlog for today's vlog. Okay, so thank you all for your thoughts and prayers and well wishes. I can't tell you how much that we appreciate that, your support. And so, alright, I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to continue to record for the daily vlog. Alright, so thank you again, and with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.